turn this music down real quick, man. What's up, everybody? Yo, it's been forever since I've done a motor vlog. Oh, man. I'll tell you what, dude. It is freezing outside. Legitly, it is 42 degrees outside right now. And you're like, yo, dummy, why are you on your bike? Why are you on the Grom? Well, that's a good story, honestly. First reason why is I have a class project I gotta do, and it has to do with the last video I just uploaded. So basically, in class it was like, hey, come up with a subject or a design, or come up with an idea of a hobby or something that you love, whatever. And I was like, okay, whatever, I'll come up with something. So I was like, all right, I can do that. And legitly, I came up with the only thing that I really like doing besides filming, is motorcycles. You know, I love my motorcycles. I love riding. You know, unfortunately, you know, I had to sell my Harley a couple months ago, and you know, it affected me. You know, I waited a year to get that motorcycle. Like, the interesting story behind that motorcycle was, I came to Alabama in 2016, and I had sold my ZX-10, and I was out of a bike for a while. And I told my wife, I was like, hey, if I get a really good job that pays really well, I want to get another bike. And that was the agreement, was, you know, she could, as long as she got a minivan, I could get a motorcycle. And, you know, that was our agreement. Well, she got her minivan, and I had a really good job, and so I was able to get a motorcycle at that point in time. Well, when I first got here in 2016, I went to the Harley dealership, and I started looking around at, you know, trying to price out bikes. And the guy showed me, he was like, hey, here's like a 2012 Street Bob, because I'm interested in Dynas. You know, I like the frame, I like the way they ride. You know, I just think they're really comfortable. So it's like, yeah, I want that bike. I want it, and I want it now. You know, and the guy's like, yeah, we're asking, you know, I think it was somewhere like $14,000. It was like a brand new price for a really used bike. I was like, nah, man, I'm not having that. Sorry, like, I can't afford that right now, too. So I was like, I'm just price shopping. And so, you know, I passed that one up, luckily. And he's like, well, hold on a minute, I got this other bike, you know, it's a 2017. I was like, okay, so it's a new bike. He's like, well, not really, because it's used. I was like, what do you mean it's used? He's like, it's got 3,000 miles on it. I was like, okay, cool. And he's like, it's a Dyna Lowrider S. I was like, oh, oh, I know about these. These are like unicorns. Especially 2017s. There's a real popular. It's a real popular bike, you know, because number one, it's the last year the Dyna was made, and number two, like, Harley decked this one out, you know, so it's just extra special. And I was like, oh, okay, cool, yeah, you know, no problem, whatever. So I was like, yo, dude, how much you asking for it? And he gave me this just giant, ridiculous amount, and I was like, dude, I can't afford the other one you just told me about, the really used one. He's like, well, you know, we consider it new, and so will Harley financing, yada yada. He's like, we can get you on it and get you a good deal. I was like, dude, I can't afford it. Like, thank you, I would love this motorcycle, however, I can't afford it. Sorry, gotta go. And literally left. And I was like, all right, man, whatever. So got me a good job, you know, working for the government, whatever. Came back a year later, the wife had her minivan, and I was like, I'm here for a bike. And again, I came up, I was like, hey, I'm looking I'm looking for a Dyna. And the guy's like, yo, I got this 14, I got this 16. I was like, okay, cool. He's like, oh, I got the new Softails, whatever. I was like, I'm not interested in a Softail. He's like, oh, you'd love the Milwaukee 8s, blah, blah, blah. I was like, no, I wouldn't. I don't really care for it. It's a good engine, don't get me wrong. It's all right, you know. I like what I like. We all have preferences. And I was like, no, man. And then I see this bike sitting off in the corner, and it's a Dyna. I was like, yo, dude, what's up with that bike over there in the corner? And I didn't see exactly, like, I didn't see the wheels. I just saw, you know, the Dyna frame. And lo and behold, it was the Lowrider S. And they had another one there, but that one was, like, it was real fancy looking. Like, it wasn't, like, the one I got before, you know, it was pretty much stock. I think the dude took out the baffles, because when I went out riding with Brandon and Nick, like, they were complaining of, like, chest pains because the exhaust is so loud. And I was like, oh, these are stock exhaust, guys. And they're like, no, it's just stupid loud. And I was like, whatever. You know, it was pretty much stock. And I was like, how much are you guys asking for this one? And the guy's like, yo, we're asking like 17. I was like, wow, it's $2,000 less than you guys were asking for last year. And he's like, oh, what? I was like, yeah, this bike was here last year when I came and looked at motorcycles. And he's like, really? I was like, yeah. He's like, I've been really wanting this bike for over a year. And so this dude who I got the bike from, he was a Dyna bro. And I mean, when you think of your typical Dyna bro, the Cali shorts, you know, the long, God, what are they called? Dickies, there you go. The long Dickies, the flannel, the shirt, the socks, the Converse, the hat, flip, you know, just typical Dyna, Southern California Dyna bro. And I was like, yo, bro, like, where are you from? He's like, oh, I'm from Virginia Beach. I was like, cool, man. Like, I thought you were from Cali. He's like, yeah, I'm your typical Dyna bro. And I was like, yeah, you are. But it was a cool dude. He's like, look, man, you've obviously done some research on this bike and you really like it. He's like, yo, shoot me an offer, man. It's been sitting here. And I was like, I gave him a really low offer. He's like, I'll send it up. I'll see what happens. And so the manager came back. He's like, hey, I can't go like that low on it. You know, yeah, it's been sitting here for a year, but, you know, we got to make some money. I was like, well, what's your offer? I'm not paying what you guys got it posted for. There's no way. It's been sitting here forever. And so he shoot me an offer back. I was like, oh, that's a little too high still. Here's this. And the dude's like, yeah, I'll take it. You know, as long as you get like a warranty or some gap, something the dealership can get an incentive on. I was like, deal. So I got the extended warranty on it and gap, you know, so they could, it was an extra like $1,000, whatever. I was like, yeah, I'll take it. So got it at a lower price, added something on, whatever. It really helped me out about 4 months ago when the rocker boxes blew off of it. So, I mean, it helped out, you know, extended service plans, if highly suggest them, you know what I mean? So, but anyways, yeah, so the class project, so that was number one, the class project. Number two, Harley's having an event tonight. I'm actually, I have to go get B-roll for the class project. And so I'm meeting my friend Steven. He's going to be riding the bike around, you know, on the road. I'm going to get some drone shots, some, you know, just passing by, you know, around some corners. I mean, we're literally just going to go cruise out somewhere and, you know, figure something out, you know, hopefully. So, I don't know. We'll see. Ugh. My glasses are fogging up because I have a face mask on. You're like, why are you wearing a face mask? Loser, you're driving. Well, it's cold, guys. It's a face mask slash neck gaiter. But anyways, all right. So yeah, the second thing, obviously meeting Steven up today, do that stuff. Third, I got a surprise for y'all. You guys are gonna be in for a treat, my dudes and gals, if you're on the channel and you're obviously a girl. Man, honestly, I can't wait to get up there, do some shots of Harley, get some shots of some street glides. So my first ever bike I ever saw, and I mean like ever saw, was a street glide. It was a decked out custom street glide at a car show one time, and I just thought it was the coolest thing ever, and I really wanted a motorcycle after seeing that. So what have I been doing over the last 3 months since I've actually posted a motovlog? Well, I've been going to school, which, you know how it is. Going to school full time, working full time during a pandemic. The holidays, obviously, Christmas coming up, with, my birthday, my daughter's birthday, my son's birthday. It's all at the end of this month, of December, so it is what it is, oh, let's do something evil and sinister. Ain't got no rear brake on that. Anyways, oh man, that's a good lot right there. I want to just go stunt in it, do something. That'd be a good parking lot to have like an MSF course, Motorcycle Safety Foundation course. Gotta find out who owns that. Let's get some people learning how to ride motorcycles. You know what I mean? Let's do it. Because every time I got some friends who are really interested in motorcycles and whatnot, and they're like, hey, I've been trying to call Harley or the community college to get into the course, and they're full. I was like, what? They're like, yeah, man, there's like a 6-month wait list. I was like, yeah, bro, people getting on these bikes, man. And so honestly, dude, it's kind of funny. I mean, it's not funny. I'm really glad to see people hopping on motorcycles more and more and more. I'm glad for it. Get people out of cars and stuff. Get them on bikes. Let them learn the culture. Let them learn everything. Well, screw you too then. I bet you if I was on my big bike, I'd get a wave. So yeah, what type of, let's see, where were we? Plans for today? Well, get Steven on a motorcycle and get some footage. Honestly, that's what we're doing today. Getting Steven on a motorcycle, getting some footage, or me on a motorcycle and Steven's gonna get some footage of me. What type of shots we're looking for? Well, we're looking for some medium close-ups, some full shots, wide shots, drone, aerial stuff. And honestly, whatever else we can get, we're gonna go from a full to a medium close-up to maybe a close-up of either me or Steven putting on a motorcycle helmet, some gloves, get some B-roll of some hand controls, some movement, some wrists, a motorcycle starting, try and get like the rumble, the exhaust, the whatever. Just try and get something of that sort going. So yeah, I mean, I got this whole big idea in my head. I don't know how well it's gonna work. but we're just gonna go for it. We're gonna try it, you know. But yeah, and then hopefully we'll get some lunch or something afterwards. Old big old senior living home, man. It's insane, dude. Ooh, what is that? Oh, it's that Dodge Neon that got pulled over here. Yeah, interesting story. Me and the kids were out one day, and I know this is a little far from home, but we were going over to Wendy's, because it's the only Wendy's that I really like, is right over here. And we were sitting there making turbo noises, obviously, in the WRX. And as we were coming down the road, this SRT4, this white one that just literally pulled out a second ago, he came hauling up and just let off this big turbo, right? And you know, the kids were like, yeah, do you want to hear it again? Do it again. And so like we were going back and forth a little bit, just making like revving up, making turbo noises. And so I rolled down the window. I was like, my kids love it, bro. Do it again. Do it again. And this dude, I mean, he revs it up and just dumps the clutch and burns tires going down the road. I was like, yes, bro. Yes. All of a sudden, lights just start flashing. And I was like, oh my God, no. The dude gets pulled over. And I was like, oh my God, I feel so bad. Like, I didn't know how to feel, bro. Like it was horrible that, you know, yes, we were having some cool innocent fun, but dude, like, dude got pulled over, bro. And I felt bad, man. So, oh well, it is what it is, you know what I mean? This dude right here said he's got a like a dirt track back here, and I kind of see it. He's got the lights up and whatnot. Oh man, I don't know what's I think that was a couple months ago when I went to this charity event. I was on the Grom, and that's the day I took my 3-hour, or like it was like literally a half a day. It was that poker run that I went and did. Yeah, I did that, and then I lost all the footage of it. Something happened with the audio, and it was just trash, bro. I was really mad. I did well for a little while, and then it just gave out, bro. I don't know. Real mad about that one. It was a really cool ride. The scenery was beautiful. I'm at 60, bro. Come get me. The looks, bro. I'm telling you, it's all in the looks, bro. People are like, yo, you're retarded, bro. I know. It's okay. I ride a Grom. I mean, I'm doing the speed limit. Crazy and funny at the same time, you know. So it's all right. Oh, see, speed limit 55. Now I'm speeding. See, it's a good thing they're doing construction. here we are. What's up, Harley Davidson?
Hello, boys! I'm back!
Whoa! What is this? What's up, everybody? I told y'all I had a surprise for you today. What is this beast? Man, this view looks familiar, doesn't it? I sure hope it does. If it does, well, it should. Woo! It's glad to be back on the beast, bro. Man, I friggin' miss this thing so much. Oh my gosh. Man, all right, so if you're new to the channel, about 3 months-ish ago, almost 4 now, I sold my motorcycle back, or I sold it to Harley Davidson. Not back, well, I guess you can say back, because I did buy it from them. But, yep, I unfortunately couldn't. Me and my wife had plans and ideas of what we needed to do in our life in order to do some things, and so yeah, we needed to figure out what we were doing in life, and so yeah, sold my bike, and yeah, it was that. And so yesterday, looking at motorcycles, because I was literally missing being able to go fast, and so literally went out and got numbers and whatnot, or not yesterday, the day before, sorry. I just wanted to get some numbers on a motorcycle that I saw online. It was a Harley Roadster, and it had rear sets on it, so it was kind of more like a sport bike, but it was a Harley. And if y'all know me, I really love Harley. I just think it's a great motorcycle. I think it's got some good things going for it, and I really like it. However, some of their stuff, you know, could be changed, could be whatever. So yeah, I was like, hey guys, I need to yeah. I told my wife, I was like, I just need I want to go back on a Harley. And we were like, hey, let's look at numbers, what we got going on in our finances and in our life right now. And you know, my wife starts a job next week. It's something that she's always wanted to do, and so it was like, hey, so we sold the bike to get a truck, essentially, because she wanted to do a food truck, and I was okay with that, you know. But anyway, so I gave her the bike, something I love, for her to do something that she loves. And so yeah, and then she felt it in her heart that, you know, this isn't something that I want to do anymore. She didn't want to do a food truck. You know, she has arthritis, so standing up all day isn't really like the best for her to do, health-wise. And so, you know, we didn't want her to do that. And so she was like, hey, you know, I'm not doing this anymore. However, I'm getting a different job, and so I got something else going. How about we go look at, you know, a cheap motorcycle to go do? And so I was like, heck yes. Like, this is the bike that I have a picture of. on my, on my garage wall. It's a Harley Roadster. I really like the design and the idea when they first came out. I really like cafe racers, and I've always wanted a cafe racer. And so sitting there looking at that, I was like, hey, I would really like to go look at this. And so literally we went to go look. I looked, and I test rode that bike, and literally the dude started it. So Doc Holliday from Redstone Harley Davidson started it up, and it was just like blip, 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 and it was just like, it was cold. It sounded like it hadn't run in a while, and I was like, man, I'm not too sure about this bike. I'm sorry, and it's not something that I could possibly see myself putting my money into. So I was like, nah, man, I don't feel comfortable. I'm sorry. I mean, I did see about running numbers, see where they were. And so some of the guys came out, the salespeople, the managers, sales guys, finance lady, who had recognized me and my daughter before. Her name's Francesca. She's awesome. To hook you up with a deal. She was like, hey, I'm sorry to hear about, having to buy your bike from you, or you selling your bike a couple months ago. And I was like, yeah, so I was like, hey, it is what it is. And so the Doc Holliday came up and he was like, oh, what bike did you have? I was like, oh, I had a Dyno Lowrider S, something. It was real cool. It was club style. And he's like, hey, we have a Lowrider S here still. I was like, what? He's like, yeah, we still have a Lowrider S here. I was like, no way, bro. He's like, yeah. You want to see it? I was like, sure. Where at? He's like, oh, over on the other side of the showroom. I was like, all right, let me see this bike. And so literally went over to check it out, and I saw the fairing. I just saw this, and I was like, that's my bike. I immediately called my wife, who was sitting in the truck outside, waiting, and because we were just there to get numbers or whatever. I was like, babe, my bike is here. And she's like, what? I was like, yes, my bike is here, bro. And she's like, I thought it got sold. And I was like, yo, I did too, because I've been back to Redstone for a couple of times for several events, some charity things and whatnot, and I just never seen it. And I was like, dude, my bike is gone. Somebody bought it. Oh well. And I was generally sad about it. And I was like, oh man, oh well, whatever. And so when I saw this, dude, I was like, yo, give me the numbers on this. Like, what are you guys asking? Like, I know you guys got to make money, but you sold it. You bought it for me for this. So I know how much you bought it for. So you can't lie to me on that. And so went up, and then guys like, hey, this is what we did in service. Here's what we fixed. This is what we installed. We did some theft protection stuff. That we have to recoup the cost of that. I was like, whatever, I don't really want it, so it's like, I don't really care, bro, to be honest with you. Furthering down the line, I was like, well, I have a Grom that I would trade in. I would sell it to you guys. Even though I know over the last 3 months, I was like, I'm never going to sell this bike, never going to sell it. It's too much fun. It's too much fun, blah, 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 blah. And I literally like thought to myself as I was looking at this one, I was thinking of the story, you know, of how I waited, you know, a year for this motorcycle. Like legitly waited a year to get this bike the first time. And so I was like, I like this bike. I love this bike. This bike is awesome. It's great. It's amazing. You know, I have really good memories on it with me and my daughter. You know, I took this thing to Branson, Missouri, you know, with me and Josh. I don't think y'all ever met Josh. Josh is a good friend of mine. I've known him for a long time, ever since, say about like 2013, something like that. So a good 7+ years. Dude's like a brother to me. And so, yeah, so Josh's bike gave my bike this, and then I have some scratches right here because of Josh, his bike, and then all up under here. So when I trailered the bike, my bike was on the left, his was on the right, and his mirrors and whatnot, or his handlebar, something was scratching and all up on my bike the whole ride from Branson, Missouri, all the way out to Fort Campbell, Kentucky. So it was pretty great, my dude. Yeah, just like little memories and stuff like that, you know, I've done, and it's real great, you know. I can't beat it, you know. And so it literally got me just thinking, like, man, I would sell off my son. No, I'm just kidding. I would never sell my son. I'd give like my left pinky finger or something. You know what I mean? Maybe my left toe, left big toe. Be unbalanced as hell. Yeah, it got me thinking, and you know, I was like, hey, what's the numbers on this? And so they're like, hey, we'll sell it to you for this. We got to recoup on that. You know, trade in with the Grom. This is how much it would be. I was like, oh wow, that's cheaper than what you guys bought it from. You know, I was expecting a whole lot, you know, more than what I paid. And so it actually lowered, it lowered how much, you know, it was worth, I guess, considerably. So I guess that's a win for me. However, I lose the Grom. And I'm okay with that, you know, because I get this bad mug back, bro. And I'm okay with that, you know. I love this bike. You know, it's great. Oh, this thing is awesome, bro. I'm so happy. So happy. I do have to go through it with a fine-tooth comb and see what all is missing, what is all taken off of it, what have they done in the last 3 months. So as you can tell, I'm missing my bar bag. Somebody stole that. Like literally the first day it was there, somebody stole this, and I was really mad about it. The Rockform phone mount is still here, which is good. My hand guards are still here. Oh man, speaking of hand guards and whatnot, yo, I met some dude today, bro. Yo, I have a collaboration, I can't speak, with somebody else. Y'all are going to go, like, y'all gonna see a monster motorcycle, a Frankenbike per se, on this channel, bro. No joke. Harley Davidson Lowrider S, Softail, a Harley Davidson Softail Lowrider S Frankenbike. It has a 131 stage 5. Yes, I said that right, stage 5. And you're like, Alex, what is a stage 5? Bro, I have no idea. But this bike is awesome. this bike, bro. Oh, I'm so glad to have it back. So glad. So happy. Just everything about it is awesome, bro. Not gonna lie. It's great.